Welcome to the Speak Your Truth podcast. I am your host, Jaya Rose. I am a brand growth coach specializing in storytelling, speaking, and getting your sacred work out there so more people say yes. And I'm super excited you're here because I have an amazing interview to share with you today with a dear friend and coach colleague, Elisa Canali. And she is admittedly a money coach, as you discover here in this episode. And she's just really like a quantum leap queen, is what I would call her. And a beautiful coach who shares about the expansive energy of money, which is going to be such a fun conversation. I can't wait to play it for you. And I also want to let you know that this week, actually only in a couple days, so I hope you're listening to this right as it drops, the Monetize Your Brand on TikTok workshop is happening, and you can check it out below. I'll add the link for you, and if it's after a few days from now and it's already done, that's okay. Still check it out because I'm going to get it bundled up for you so it can be evergreen and available. So this is the thing. I know you hear me talk about TikTok, and I just can't really say enough good things about it because one of the things I love about it so much is how I get to share my message in a really organic and fun, creative way. Like if you have been sharing on Facebook, if you've been sharing on Instagram, and you've been tiptoeing around TikTok, maybe watching or maybe doing it, but just not really fully putting yourself out there as the superpower person you are and making money doing what you do, bringing people into your business, then here's the thing I want you to understand. Don't be afraid. Like you don't have to dance. You don't have to be over the top, eccentric. You don't have to be 12. You can be exactly you, no matter what age, no matter what you look like. You can be you, because actually the platform is really beautiful for that. And of course there's weird people or whatever, but we just ignore that and we attract the people who need our message. And this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to attract the people who need your message using TikTok, how to tie in what you do so you're calling the people back to, well, a call to action. And in that call to action, it is coming to where you want people to come. So we're going to talk about your leadership ladder, where you are actually bringing people to, and then how to create the content that drives them there. It's just like that attraction, drive an attraction, honey. So check it out below. It's going to be live. It's going to be super fun, and I really hope to see you there, especially if you have been on the fence or, like I said, not monetizing your TikTok, but putting energy into it. Let's put that energy into learning a little bit and then superpowering your magnetism and your ability to monetize on TikTok. All right, check it out below, and let's dive right into this interview all about money flow, all about the energetics and expanding into more money. So fun. So I want everybody to get to know you. I know some of my audience may already, but let's share a little bit about why this work is so important to you, and where, like, what your perspective is, like what your unique lens is and why.
So to share why this work with money, I've been for a long time, I was like, I don't want to teach money, I don't want to call myself wealth activator. And the other day, Anita, we both know, she messaged me and she's like, I really feel you should put in your title money coach. And I was like, okay, maybe it's time to own it.
Yeah.
But it comes from, when I was 6 years old, that I remember seeing my mom crying at the kitchen table because we didn't have, she was afraid around money. And because my father was an entrepreneur, and he had the hard time with the company. And so I opened my savings and I gave my mom like I don't know, in euros, like 5 euros. And I said, you can go buy bread with that.
Wow.
You know? And so obviously, we had bread and we had, but my 6 years old self was like, oh my God, we are going to be, under a bridge without food. And so I remember in this moment, I promised to myself, like, I'm going to master this game of money, I don't want money to control my life and to be like sad and in scarcity and, create those situations for myself and my family.
Yeah. Amazing. Isn't it so cool how these lessons come in? I call this our soul story, where it's like our purpose in the world is ignited within an experience we have when we're young. And that it's so telling and it makes so much sense. And I know that you also have done different things in your entrepreneurial journey, and it's led you to where you are now. So will you tell us a little bit about how you merge the different things? Because I know embodiment has been a big thing for you, like me too, and then also human design, and you're multi-passionate, like let's give it up to the
Exactly.
But you've really found a sweet spot, it feels like. So will you tell us a little bit about that sweet spot?
Yeah. So I'm a manifesting generator, to talk about human design like you, I think.
Yep.
And I've always like been super multi-passionate and learning new things and changing. And I've always felt bad. It's like, why don't I don't have just one thing,
Yeah.
And then discovering human design, I was like, oh, but that's actually my genius,
Yeah.
That's actually who I am. And I'm here to teach other people that you can be limitless, that you can be a model and a business owner and a mother, there are no or, it's and,
Yeah.
So I worked in corporate for 12 years and I had, extensive experience in human resources, marketing, PR, fashion, design. And then I had two businesses before this one where I did psychosomatic work and mixed with counseling. And then another business where I was a recruitment agency consultant for the fashion industry. And so, in January 2018, I started this business online. And I didn't even know, like, online business, you can make money online. Wow, And I was really, now it's time where I can actually merge everything I've done, everything I've learned, the corporate background, the sales, the fashion, the marketing, the healing, the coaching.
Totally. So you merged it all. I feel like that's such a good lesson for other manifesting generators or multi-passionate people who think that they have to niche, which I do. I mean, I love niching. I think it's really important. And also it's like, how do you do it in a way that works for you? And so is this part of what you teach people and also part of the expansion process of getting to a place where you are ready to receive multiple six figures?
I mean, that's a piece, but I feel that what really works for me and for my clients is this holistic approach. That's what I always say. It's not just human design. There are people who are like, just follow your human design and you will make 7 figures. No, let's be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So that's a piece. But then, I really mix the masculine, the feminine piece, the energetics, the healing. I do a lot of ancestral healing and, psychic surgery, because there are ancestral patterns and traumas that are holding us back,
Totally.
And then there is all the piece with gene keys and human design. So it's really allowing people to step fully in who they are and who they've always been, actually, before all the conditioning from, family, society, teachers, but also past lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
and
that.
And then creating a business and a strategy that is tailored and customized to their own energetic signature.
Yeah. So beautiful. So I know that in the online space, like you just mentioned, like, let's be real. And I think that's such a good little tagline for showing your perspective, because there is a lot of messaging that says, oh, you just need to do one thing. It's just this or that. And I think we have jammed on this many times. Like, we both know that that's not true. So what do you feel like if somebody is in a place where they feel like they've done everything? They're like, no, I'm ready. I know what I'm doing. I'm so good at what I'm doing and I'm showing up. But then we get more into the energy piece. So how can we identify if it's the energetics that's maybe holding us back, or that we have a place we could release?
So, I think what I love about using the map, we can say, of Gene Keys and human design is where we see where you're actually acting out of alignment based on how you are designed to operate, to create content. A simple example, like a generator who is designed to respond and is actually trying to initiate, go there, message, invent this, invent the other. They are not going to see the success because they are acting against their energetic signature.
Yeah. So it's like figuring out what part of you is not acting the way. I mean, would you kind of just know this because it's how you feel, and you know that when you do it, it doesn't feel in alignment?
Sometimes yes, but other times there are so many layers. Especially in human design, there are people who says, just follow your strategy and authority. But that's again BS, because when we are so conditioned by our open centers, we cannot even hear the authority. If you have a sacral authority, let's say, and you have a womb trauma, or you are completely disconnected from your body, how can you really tap in? So I do also a lot of work with the body, with the embodiment and nervous system regulation. Because a lot of time, when we talk about expanding our container, is very much connected with our nervous system. If the nervous system is not able to hold and handle, the high injection of cash, clients, success, what we see are a lot of people who make a lot of money and then lose all the money, make a lot of money and then lose all the money, burn out.
Yeah, 100%. So what are some of the things that have come up for you when you have been expanding? And then how have you worked through those to stay open and continue to grow?
So I think for me, it's been working a lot on my conditioning of my open centers, because what I always say is, like, we want to build our offers around the defined centers, because that's where we have natural energy. Yeah. But then we receive the money and we actually keep them through the deconditioning and, healing work around the undefined. Yeah. So for me, it was a lot showing up from my open root and my open will. So the open root is like scarcity, stress, again, I have to put out an offer because, oh my God, I make the money and 2 days later my bank account is empty. And I'm like, what the fuck, So I create again the scarcity and the adrenaline to make more money, but it's not a healthy pattern. Yeah. And then the open will is like, I need to prove myself. I need to overgive, zero boundaries, never know what to price. So I really had to do a lot of work on those two places in particular that were really, fucking up. Yeah. Since I start online, the second month I had the $15,000 month. But then in December that year, 1 year in business, I had zero. I remember I couldn't even buy Christmas present for my family because I was like, what the heck? Where are all the money I made? Yeah. Yeah. I love that you're speaking to that, because I think that
it just gets whitewashed so easily in the online space. Like, oh, that sounds really impressive that you made $50,000. That sounds amazing. And then you think, oh, that's just straight shooting forward. But the reality is that in order to hold that, it does take really being in alignment with your energy. I love that. And I've done a lot of that similar work. Just a month ago, I was realizing that I had a trauma story that I've actually told online and things. And it was all around this message of, if it's not safe to feel joy, like it is literally unsafe, and terrible things are going to happen if you are in your full expression and expansion into joy, which is like, we all know the full expansion expression, that is the money-making zone.
Exactly.
Right? And so I realized that I had this, if anybody else can relate to this pushing on the gas and pushing on the brake at the same time, this energy. And I went to my stepmom, who is a somatic healer. She's a licensed therapist, has done it for 20 years. She's incredible. And she did a somatic session with me, and we released it. And I will tell you, I would like to say like everything has changed in it, but it kind of has. Like, so many things have changed. I went viral on TikTok. I've attracted like thousands and thousands new people. Just my ability to hold the space for being seen in my full expression and holding that level of joy has completely shifted. So just to reinforce what you're saying, I love it. And it's not the stuff that people want to talk about. You just want to hear about the results. But I love that we have this alignment. It's why we're here, right? It's why we connect. So good. So what tips do you have around that holding of the energy? So when you get, like I just talked about, how we want to expand the full expression of ourself, right? That's when we're most magnetic. And then that joy and the gratitude and the feeling like we already have it is the ticket to having more. So what are some practices or tips you have around that holding?
Yeah. So I give to my clients. Oh, can you hear me? I don't know what happened. My video is being disabled.
Oh, weird. I can hear you. I'll try and re-able. I don't see it, but I can hear you.
Okay. I think it's like the host disable you for the video. I don't know why. What happened? The tech is not with us today. We are like too powerful, and
I know we are. No. We're bringing the heat.
Exactly. So what I was saying is, I always ask my clients because we are so hardwired that we are so used to search for what is not working. Okay. Instead of focusing on even the smallest minimum thing that are actually working. Yeah. So, I don't really believe so much in gratitude, yes, but it's more so I work with the quantum field and the nervous system. So it's like your brain literally inform the quantum field of what you are seeing and experiences. So I ask them to have a journal or, a piece of paper, whatever, where they actually don't put the gratitude, but put evidences that the things they are doing or the alignment or the inner work they are doing is creating the results they want to see. Because we are so used to oh yes, I got clarity, yeah, whatever, okay, but this is not working, this is horrible. So we are seeing more and more, our reticular activation system in our brain is searching for evidence that, it's not working. So let's show you more of that.
Oh, so good. I love that. So the reticular activation system is like everything in this, right? Yes. And it is so true. And the comparison that happens in the online space that, your clarity isn't good enough. As if clarity, clarity is the holy grail.
Exactly.
It is. Oh, I love this. I've had this message come to me so many times where I've been in deeper integration or healing or really just integrating lessons. I knew it was leading me to greater success or more
Mm-hmm.
impact or more abundance. And yet I had to still remind myself, this message of this is also a part of making money. What
Yes.
you're going through right now. And so I think this is probably going to speak a lot to our audience right now, that message of, yeah, what can you identify is working and how can you focus on that so that you get more of it? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
It's so good. I love that. I
And
mean,
then you always want to do like the inner work, the, reprogramming of the things are not
yeah.
working,
Yeah.
but always with most focus on, oh, wow, today I actually get, I don't know, 50 like in my post. This is actually working. Wow. Yay.
Yes. Oh my gosh, right? And then you can even go a step further where you're like, oh, there was only 2 likes on that, but look, I didn't even get triggered. Now I'm celebrating the
Yes.
fact that I didn't get triggered. This isn't about me, you know? Oh,
Or I celebrate the fact, as your group is called, that I speak my truth.
yes. Yes, exactly. I love that so much. So you were talking about how you've been online only for 2 years. Is that right?
Almost 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible. And I know that there was 3 years ago, we were both kind of teaching embodiment,
Mm-hmm.
weren't we? I mean, I think we had like a similar thing happening. And I just love how we both have expanded so much and found our groove in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And something that feels really true about you to me is that you go with your energy really well. And that, like in true MG fashion, that you out, like you go with it. And so do you feel like that is a, a part of your success, is your ability to be spontaneous and follow the cues? Or am I just
Yes.
seeing that? Okay.
No, totally. Like I don't do business plan, or I don't plan content or batch content, I respond. I follow, my strategy and my authority all the time. And the
Yes.
more I do it, the more things are coming.
Yes. I love that. So, can we dive into that for just a minute? This idea, it feels like there's a gap there for a lot of people. This idea of, okay, outcome, I have this desired outcome or intention, but yet the the inundation we get that we must do it in a certain way, or that there must be a plan in place, or I need to do it like Elisa says she does it, or the way Jaya says. And what I'm hearing you say, and you can tell me if this is right, is that gap, there truly is a leap of trust. That
Yes.
you're saying, of course, we want the outcome. It's not as though you're just doing different things all the time without a clear focus and direction as to why you're doing these things. But yet the inspiration and action you're going to take for it is being called forth by something bigger than you and more of a co-creative process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember my first business coach, and when I started, I was a lot in my masculine, because corporate, I used to be a go-getter, get it, just run.
Yeah.
And at one point she told me, Elisa, you don't trust the universe. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't need the universe. And then, the more I did this work with Jinkies and human design, the more I realized that actually, I can do 20% basically and leave the universe doing the 80% of the heavy work.
I love that. It's such a good 80-20 rule.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. And it is, I think I see a lot of people talking about the results they want, or this gap that we're talking about. Like, what are the action pieces to take? And it's not as though there isn't action. That's not what you're saying. You're saying, I think, that it's the listening for the action that is the most important
Mm-hmm.
part.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guidance
And
towards that.
the other piece is like when you take the action, it needs to be with your energy fully behind it and in full trust that it's gonna work. Because what I see a lot of people, especially with strategy, with my clients, like, oh, let's try this. And then, oh, after today it's not working, let's change it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you are constantly reworking and redoing. And what it's doing is like you stop trusting yourself. And the universe is like, you know, I don't have time for this. Like, you know, come back when you're ready.
Yeah, right. Like, did you order anything? What is the order, people? This is so good. I love it. So what is next for you and your mission and your movement that you're creating? What's next on the agenda?
So I've just created actually a framework with a word that is also is going to be in my book that is called Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to come out in January. And it's like the bloom word, obviously it's the meaning of the flower blooming from within, you know?
Yeah.
But also every letter as a meaning is like becoming, limitless, original, opulent, magnetic.
We say
so
it again.
It's like becoming. So the first piece is becoming. Like you have to unbecome who you thought you were, you know?
Yeah.
Becoming limitless. And for me, limitless is actually accepting your limits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you are a projector, you want to accept the limit that you don't have the same energy of a generator.
Yeah.
Original is like, okay, stop comparing, despairing, tap, you know, into your unique genius through the, you know, the gene keys and human design. Opulent is like stepping really into this joy, abundance, support, desire. Mm-hmm. And then this is going to make you magnetic and, you know, attract to you money.
I love it. Oh, I love a good acronym, honey. That is so good.
So what's next is like the book where I'm gonna, you know, teach this framework, and then I've talked with many psychic. I'm also psychic. You know, a series of books that are coming, and like really, where I see my brand in the next future is becoming really lifestyle brand, where you know we are gonna have products, coaching, books, you know, in very MG fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. See, I didn't know any of that. That's amazing. So good. So where should everybody connect with you? What's the best place and way for people to find you?
Either I share a lot on my personal page on Facebook, that is Elisa Canali, my name, or on my Instagram. I love to share on my stories. So fun. It's the Eli Canali, or in my Facebook group, Rise by Design.
Rise by Design. Okay, great. I'll put links for everybody so they can find them. Is there anything you feel like you didn't get to say or want to express?
And, you know, I think that is really what will bring everyone to the next level, you know, is really tapping back out of the head and into the body.
Yes, I'm so here for this. I really see a lot of alignment with our work. We do such different things, but in the same intention and energy. So I look forward to seeing if there's maybe some collaboration on the horizon.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So much love. Bye.
So much love. Sorry for the video. Bye.